Welsh Librarians of course, Wales is run by the Labour Party under the devolved administration, which, in my opinion, I don't know if anyone from Wales is on the stream, but they should absolutely abolish that. What a bloody waste of money with substandard politicians. I mean, these people need to go back to living in caves. They are so thick. No, that is not me saying that about the country of Wales. It's just a country I hold dear to my heart. But to the political class in that country, they are leeches upon the teat of the taxpayer. But Welsh librarians have been told to avoid racist venues. New training guidelines advise against holding meetings in buildings with a racist past. So you're going to have librarians actually looking at buildings' histories to determine whether or not they have links to slavery and all these other things, and be able to dictate where training sessions can and cannot be held. Well, Wales is a country that has pretty poor parts of it, right? They are parts of Wales that are poorer than parts of Eastern Europe. But despite that, they're going to have to focus taxpayer time and money and resource on focusing out which buildings are racist or not. I mean, it's just... Do you see what I mean? The priorities are totally already... It's not even 2 months into the Labour government. And already their priorities, batshit bonkers Britain, is what we're very, very quickly turning into, as Katie Hopkins would say.
I was going to say, you stole that from Katie.
I'll be banned from YouTube for mentioning her now.
Probably.
You know, Chloe, which of those stories took your fancy and sort of frightens you the most, I guess?
I mean, I think this one, I'm absolutely gobsmacked. I feel like I've seen it all now. Welsh librarians told to avoid racist venues. And it is so ridiculous. I mean, we do not go round to other countries. Like, let's say if you went on a trip to India, you wouldn't be like, oh, I'm not going to go visit that building because there were, people who were racist and had a dark past involved in the building of that venue or something. We just don't apply the same standard to other countries. It's the West which is the least racist of the societies in the world that gets told that they are racist the most. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. They've shone a light to make it look like, oh, it's just those evil Westerners that are racist. No, nobody in India has ever been racist. Nobody in Africa has ever been racist. It's all the focus is on us, and it is just ridiculous. And I mean, what a waste of our time, right?
Yeah.
Can librarians just do their jobs? I feel like in so many things, we were talking about the film industry earlier. You can talk about government, you can talk about libraries, you can talk about any kind of institution, any kind of job that people do now. All they waste their time doing is worrying about DEI and maybe we're a bunch of racists. You had the police scrapping their gang matrix, saying that, I think that the gang matrix must be racist because 90% of the gang members we have on the list are black in London. And so they're just, these institutions convince themselves that they themselves are evil racists, just like how kids in school are taught that they need to apologize for their white supremacy and that they're bad people for just existing. I mean, we wonder why we have a productivity problem in this country when people just spend all their time in their jobs worrying about this kind of rubbish.
Yes, Eunice has disappeared. I was going to ask him a question, Chloe, but I'll ask you a question because Escapism says X is one of the last bastions of free speech. Thank you, Elon. And Richard Eunice says, is a building racist if it's white?
Probably. Yeah, we're going to be taking down the White House next.
Yeah, the White House. The White House is racist.
Yeah. They'll be changing the name at least. They'll say that their name is racist. Yeah. Mark my words, that will happen.
The Harris House.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's what it will be called.
So what I was going to say about this is that, as you said, there is a cost of living crisis going on. The energy crisis we're so stupid. We shut down oil rigs and gas pipes and everything, which spikes up the energy prices. And all we care about is white buildings or racist venues. Like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand how these people think. And I just think like this is like almost beyond stupid to the point that it's almost comical. Like, I just can't take it seriously anymore. And again, I think it's just a woke mind virus. So I don't know what their agenda is, but I just can't imagine someone being so stupid. And for so many people to buy into this stupidity, like, I just don't get it. Like, for me, it just doesn't register.
I mean, we've got the National Trust teaching their visitors about how racist the countryside is. I mean, you cannot make this shit up. It is beyond belief, the stuff that people come out with.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, God knows what policy will be announced by next week. I don't know what'll be racist next week.
Oh, and another thing I just quickly was going to say, that again, this is all an excuse to crack down on free speech and to impose more
Oh,
control.
yeah, of course it is.
That's all
of
it
course
is. It's just imposing more control, extreme misogyny. Who decides what's extreme misogyny? Again, what I said on Saturday 5, right? Who decides these things? Like, if you have an opinion, if you have an argument, well, men and women are not the same. They're different. Women are good at certain things. Men are good at certain things. Is that considered extreme misogyny? Or is that sexist? Or if you have an opinion about anything, whether it is Islam or LGBTQ, are you all of a sudden Islamophobic, homophobic? In that case, everyone's going to be locked up. So no one's going to have a proper discussion about things. And, oh God.
We'll get to grips with that. Don't worry. We'll get to grips with that. Wild in the Woods says, if you can't govern the country, but you can govern the internet, you're not fit for the job. And I think that goes back to all of everything that's been happening online.
Sorry, guys, I don't know what's wrong with my camera.
No, don't worry at all. Yeah. And Kay Rest goes, well, there are too many ignorant people who vote for a party for gender or race rather than actual issues. They also believe everything they hear on the news. Apart from me on GB News, of course, because I speak common sense in an age of nonsense if I do toot my own horn. Have you got what it takes to be a reasoned presenter? Well, send us a short clip of yourself to join@reasoned.uk and we might be seeing you on this very channel very soon indeed.